Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to Euro Truck. This point, we're going to go ahead, just because it's more per kilometer. This is almost twice as far. It's not quite. It's into the 300s though, and I'm going to make 30 euros more. So I'm going to do this and go to Bratislava, which is also a larger city. So I think that would be better. I don't mind going into Austria, but I think at this point, heading over to the border of Austria, Czech Republic, and whatever into a larger city would be good. So we're going to take these pumps and get this done. All right, so I am amazed that at 2:45 p.m. it's dark. I don't get it. But maybe that's what happens this time of year in Slovenia or Slovakia. I don't know. But let's head out. We've got the Renault. Wow, this is very whitish, although it's probably a gray trailer. So get through here. All looking good. Everything looks terrific. Alright, we were just in this kind of truck not too long ago. So we need to go this way. Keep going. I'm waiting for my camera to work so that I can get my eye tracker. Or head tracker, I guess, really. Because I don't use eye tracking with it, even though I could, but that was just making things worse. So anyway, UPS to UPS here with this material, with these pumps. So, maybe they're just shipping them from one location to the other. Which way? Does it matter?
Turn left.
Turn left, okay. So we're good. I see a vehicle. Alright, he's stopping. It was not turning my head. I don't know why.
Left, and then turn left.
Alright, turn left, turn left. Or keep
Turn
left,
left.
turn left. That works. So I think I had mentioned on the last episode that, because I think we still had some daylight, and we saw some trees, and I'm like, oh, we have the late autumn. I forgot to put the late autumn in here. It's in there now. So now we do, but it's, and you can see there's trees without leaves. It's because it's late autumn, mild winter type
Right.
thing.
And then turn right.
But, I just don't understand
Turn right.
the darkness. And again, the lights, I was a little confused with. They turn very quickly. I do have the extended light timing in there, but I'm wondering if these are a light type that somehow it isn't handled by because they're unique. So we'll see if we get into other cities that don't have this blinking. But again, this may be the lights that are everywhere in Slovakia on this system, and we're not leaving that, so we might not see that yet. But yeah, the lights turn very quickly. So because I've had green lights turn and then suddenly I can't do anything. I'm thinking it's going to send me out of the city left, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to go over here with the assumption that that's what will happen, but I could be proven incorrect. So yeah, I changed nothing else with the mods, so that the day-night cycle is just honestly a little odd to me. With, like, if something had happened, it doesn't make any sense. But okay, it says yield, so I guess I need to look and see if anybody's there. I don't know why it won't turn all the way to the side. I mean, although I suppose I'm normally just looking at the mirror is really probably how I mainly have that limited. So now that I think on that, that may be what it is. So it's just a little more challenging to see out once I'm kind of already there. Anyway, we're going now. So we're good there. We'll set our GPS or our. So the other thing is like the 129 on the speed. Like it just seems like the whole. Just weird things are happening in Slovakia. It gets dark really early. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when the sun, like if the sun comes up at midnight or something, I'm gonna be like, okay, I gotta figure something out because something's off. But I don't know what it would be because as far as I know, the only time of day thing I should have is out of the GDC mod. And, like, you know, it should not be doing this that I know of. Like, this just seems really, really early to be dark. I mean, we have stars out, and it's 3:30 in the afternoon. It's like we're living during nuclear winter or something. I don't understand. So like I said, if it stays dark for 18 hours and then we get 6 hours of daylight, like, okay, maybe it's... But I thought that would be as you're further north. I mean, I know Europe is further north than a lot of areas in the US. Because if I remember correctly, I think, like, France and all of that is, like, north of New York City. And so obviously, like, you know, Slovakia then is north of France, if I look at things. So maybe it's a little bit like the whole, hey, I'm being up near Alaska and I have 3 hours of daylight in the winter. Maybe? I don't know. So, like I said, we'll see. We'll see how long it stays dark. So I do appreciate then the suggestion for the headlights, because my goodness, if we're going to be like 16, 18 hours of darkness a day as we drive, yeah, it's better to be able to see a little bit more here. So, I am surprised because I had heard everywhere that the headlight mods dim the lights. So I was like, that doesn't seem like something we want to use, but it's giving me good visibility. So, because yeah, like the sign there says 110, but then the navigation is 129. Like, so to me, like, just in general, something is off. And like I said, obviously I assume the road speed comes from the map. So I can only assume there's some kind of a map issue with whatever is running here. And again, there's so many maps involved, like I don't know. So either way, I mean, they're certainly not going 129 kilometers when I'm going 80. They're going by me, but they're not like flying by me. Because yes, I wouldn't be surprised if you could go 90. And again, maybe given that we're on a, you know, an expressway, I'll be comfortable doing that because we shouldn't have anything too crazy here. And I would think this will take me all the way to Bratislava, since that's, I think, the capital city. So one would think a major highway would go there. So if you have not liked or subscribed as you're sitting here enjoying this, please consider doing that. It's greatly appreciated by me. It really helps with the channel growing, trying to, you know, up the subscribers. My big hairy goal is you know, get to the 10,000 subscriber mark. So obviously we've got a long way to go to that. We got to hit 2 first, but please consider that. And I'll be very thankful as people keep joining up. We're getting a lot of good commentary, both on the trucking videos and the golf videos, so that is nice to see as well. I mean, that is a big part of why I'm looking for larger subscribers, and being completely transparent, the other main driver is there are costs with getting additional sims or anything, and it's easier for me to do things rather than waiting for them to be on mega sale 4 years after the game releases. If there's more ad revenue coming from YouTube. So I mean, there is something with that as well, because right now
Keep right,
it's certainly,
and then exit right.
I'm spending more for certain than I get from YouTube ever. I mean, that's not even close. And I'm not looking, if it ever happened that, hey, I could consider, like, okay, this is really my thing, I'm being a content creator and that's my income. I'm not looking for that level. I don't think that's going to happen with what I cover. I just don't, I mean, I know there are some sim channels that have hundreds of thousands, or maybe, I don't know that any of them have 1 million subscribers, but someone like Daggerwin and Farming Simulator and whatever, I think have hundreds of thousands, probably over 500,000. So it can be done, but I think that's pretty challenging, and there's probably a good bit of luck involved as well. I mean, some of it I think is it's a little bit self-perpetuating. Once you're bigger, I think you just kind of stay bigger to some degree, because because I know for certain, like my own behavior, I've certainly subscribed to channels that I never view, but I'm still subscribed to them because it's not like there's a cost to me or anything. All right, we're close to 90. I'm like, this is getting somewhat uncomfortable, but it's okay. So yeah, even though this does seem to be an expressway, it's pretty tight. So we're gonna slow ourselves down here to 80, because there's no point in having an accident and again getting a fine and all of that when I have 158 euros coming from this shop. So, all right, we knew it'd be short. I mean, it was a short little run. There's definitely going to be plenty of those.
Keep left, and then turn
You know,
left.
helps us make some progress too when we're doing that, because we do get probably normally 40 for parking,
left.
and so the benefit, that's interesting, the people just vanished. I'm used to a light all the time, especially when there's a left turn lane like that. Alright, I don't understand. Where are we delivering? It looks like this is odd. Okay, well, it told me to turn left. UPS is there, but oh, I see. Okay, well, we're right by the fence. It's just the way the flag is.
And then turn right.
The way the flag is, it seriously looks like it's in the grass.
Turn right.
So that's what was concerning me. Alright, well, the light didn't blink, but maybe the timing was just there, so I'm like, maybe it would have shown me that extended light timing works, but it's not worth waiting. But yeah, running the shorter jobs, I also think has a benefit for progress, because, I'm going to get probably 100, 150 XP for the distance, and then, you get 40 for parking or 90 for parking. Like, that's almost a 50% bonus, if you get 90. So to me, there's a benefit of sticking with those smaller jobs, which is another reason that it was fine with how things were set up originally before the distance limit was lifted. And that is why I'm continuing to try to honor that limit, because it made sense in my mind. So I felt, had I been a Patreon subscriber at that point, my vote would have been no. And that's the point of having a vote. And again, I get the vote 1, and it is what it is, and I need to figure it out. And that's what I'm doing. But I'm also explaining, like, why that makes sense to me. Alright. Should be okay here. There we go. Alright, straighten out our wheel. Get ourselves out of reverse. A little tight here by the fence. But we'll lower the landing gear. And we will get our reward. So there you go, 180 XP and 90 XP for parking in a challenging situation. So, where otherwise, okay, fine, let's say I went twice the distance, I'd get 360 XP and 90, and that's only 25% bonus. Like, I could run a quick job like this, quick in relative terms, and, you know, and you're really making quicker progress, time-wise, this way as well. €1 short of 3,000 profit, but, you know, and we also are still, we have plenty of time. We've got 6 hours still today on day 6 before we go to day 7. So that'll be pretty nice. We might get another job or pay, maybe 2, done in that time. That would be a really big full day. Because if we look at our delivery log, like day 6 is by far, like we had 3 the first day, 1 on day 2 because it was, you know, a little longer, and we also took, in both cases, we took a ferry ride all the way over to Asia. So obviously those things took some time. But then we were in Great Britain for a while, went to Denmark, went over to Sweden, got to Poland. But again, we had 3 on day 3, 1 on day 4 again, 3 on day 5, and as it sits right now, we have 5 done on day 6, and should have 7. If we get 8, I'll be surprised. But so it's nice, and you can even tell. I mean, if you look at the XP, like, yeah, I got, you know, roughly 900, 1,000 here. And, you know, we've got 900, we've almost got 1,000 just from these, and then another 500 or so, 450, so yeah, almost 500. And we've been able to pull all that off in one day with shorter jobs. And a big part of that is the parking bonuses. So there is a benefit to shorter jobs. Not that these were necessarily any longer, but some of them, again, had ferry rides in them and so forth that still take several hours out of the day. So that is where things stand. This will be the last Euro truck in this series. We'll be jumping back over to ATS. So the next trucking video tomorrow will be the Back to Basics series, where we'll be running that for 1 episode, and then we'll do 3 of the Extreme Edition in American Truck Simulator. I will see you next time.